All right, it's time for Yogi and the BeachMan. Hi, I'm Jim the Yogi.
And I'm Rick Beach the BeachMan.
We're two Michigan transplants now living in Southwest Florida.
In fact, we're cousins born in 1964, just a month apart.
I like to meditate.
And I like to play bass in a band.
I'm into chanting Om.
And I'm into throwing down some classic rock.
But together, we're on a mission
to promote people that are helping other people.
We want to make the world a better place.
One conversation at a time.
So sit back,
turn up the volume,
and get ready to laugh.
Because we like to have fun
while we spread the love.
Interviewing lovely people. Yes, we have fun.
I read your bio, but I saw like 3 customers after that. Where were you from again?
I am from Detroit, Michigan.
Right. Yeah, that's what I.
Warren specifically, right?
Warren.
Yeah, Warren. I've lived in a few places. I've lived all over like the metro area, from like south, north, east, west of Detroit. But I've worked in the heart of Detroit. So
okay.
I used to work in the. Huh?
We grew up downriver.
Okay, I used to live Inkster and West Road in the Huron Estates.
I used to deliver pizzas there.
Really?
From West Road.
Yeah, it was in my last relationship. I used to live there. I used to help take care of his grandmother. She had early on dementia at the time. So that's where I was at in part of my spiritual journey. I've been learning I connect a lot with like a lot of elderly sometimes. So
cool. Yeah, I got a love-hate relationship working with the elderly. Honestly, you know, I really love helping the elderly, but there's a point in the dementia where I'm just not suited for it. I learned that. I started
they
working
don't listen, okay?
Well, it's not that they don't listen, they literally don't remember, you know?
So
mind capacity's gone.
In my last relationship, the grandmother, she had sundowners. So she would be really healthy during the day when the sun was out, but the minute the sun went down, she flipped the switch.
Right.
So, and she was a stubborn Aries, you know, woman who just, you know, when she was in that way, it still didn't matter. She would still get up, walk around. We would wake up to her falling and hitting her head everywhere, and she would laugh about it. It's like, no, grandma, this is not funny.
Seriously.
So she would.
But we're laughing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, I worked at a adult assisted living facility. I'm a registered nurse, and I just about got through orientation, and I was like, man, I can be a drug pusher. This is easy work, but I just can't do this work.
Yeah.
It's the how can I help you? How can I help you? No, excuse me. I need help. I need help. Somebody help me. Somebody help me. Somebody help me. Okay, I'll help you. What do you need? Put my socks on. Oh, yeah, no problem. Put their socks on. You walk away. Somebody help me. I need help. I need help. I need help. What do you need? Can you take my socks off? No. And literally for hours, you know, some the patients would go, I need help. Somebody help me. Over and over. And it's like, I'm not cut out for that.
I wouldn't want to do that kind of work.
You got to really be of service. You got to really be passionate about it. I mean, just like anything in life. So, you know, you just got to really want to be there and kind of go along with the fundamentals of what comes along with that.
Yeah, my brain couldn't handle it. So
yeah, after my last relationship, that kind of was like, okay, I'm definitely not going to go in that field as for work for anything. Like she kind of, you know, she kind of put it in my system where okay, she made up for everyone else.
Yep.
So
I totally get that.
But she was a very great woman, very funny but very stubborn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am. So I am psychic, but I am mostly medium. But from my knowledge from different people, I don't know if this is true, but just from my wisdom, from what a lot of mentors have taught me. So a lot of mediums, most of every medium is psychic. And psychics cannot be medium. So I just happen to be both. I don't know how true. I don't know how true that is. So I feel like everyone has their own journey. They got their own different abilities or talents to share or gifts to show to the world. So a lot of it can be similar, some of it could be different.
All right.
So I will say I'm mostly medium, but I'm pretty psychic too. I'm very intuitive, very, wisdomatic. So I got a lot between like my own journey and then just being around a whole bunch of other people. I do call myself a pagan. I do classify as that. I have
Okay.
digged deeper into my family roots and found that I have a lot of pagan different roots on both sides of my mom and dad's family. Unfortunately, a lot of people stuck with Catholic because they were converted. So I'm kind of like one of the children in my family that was like the awakening, wake up person, black sheep, the different one, odd one. Yeah.
Yeah, that's me and my family too.
So
For
yeah,
sure.
my mom is a lot of like it too, but she's kind of Christian still too, which is okay. I'm off everybody. As long as you're nice, as long as you ain't doing nothing bad to people.
Yeah, for sure.
So
Okay.
I'm just sweating a lot. So is it hot over there?
Well, we are
we
in
are in
South
Florida.
Florida.
It
Yeah,
is a little
no.
warm in here.
I'm in Key Largo, so I'm like, I got the air on at 70 and the fan on. I'm still sweating. So
Okay.
Oh, you're in Key Largo now.
yes.
Oh, that's right. You were from Michigan and you moved to the Keys.
Yep, been here for a year.
How do you like it?
I love it. Very, very love it. I'm not a boater person. I notice being in the Keys, you have to really like the water every day, want to boat every day, or fish or all kinds of stuff. I am interested in stuff like that, just not every day. So I guess for someone like me, it's kind of harder to grasp all the cool things about the Keys. But other than that, I like beaches. I love the palm trees. So it's my most favorite part is the palm trees.
Yeah, I can relate.
Definitely don't want to go back to Michigan. I've been hearing that it was a brutal winter this past year from the north.
Yeah, my kids are still up there, and yeah, they definitely said it was a brutal winter.
Yeah.
I watch a lot of Tiger games, so I see the weather in Detroit.
Oh wow.
It was like 42 and 30-mile-an-hour winds the other day during the Yankee game.
I know everyone's like, you brought it with you. I'm like, I did not mean to.
Yeah. Welcome back to this week's episode of Yogi and the Beachman. This week we are with Brandon Pocholsky, another native person of Detroit and living in Florida. Brandon is a pagan, a psychic medium, and owner of Ancient Wolf Metaphysics. So we're excited to have you on the show today, Brandon. Thanks for your time.
Thank you. I'm excited to join you guys.
Yeah, we're excited to have you. By the way, I'm Jim the Yogi.
And I'm Rick Beach, the Beach Man.
It's nice to meet you. We've had a lot of communication on Facebook, but finally got you on the show.
I know, I'm here now.
Yeah, it took a while.
Yeah, I've been going through a lot, but time management is a big thing.
Yeah, for us too. We got a lot going on. So, how does a guy from Detroit end up turning into a psychic medium and the owner of a metaphysical store?
So me, I've always wanted my own store years ago. I just didn't know what kind of store.
Okay.
It started off with just psychic mediumship readings. And I started doing those back at home in Michigan. I've always had my abilities. I've noticed them since I was a teenager. Um, Obviously, but when you're younger, you kind of don't understand things. And then you kind of just are a young adult, you do young adult things. So I did stuff like that. And then I got like a really big awakening. I'm 29 right now. I got my first big awakening when I was 22, 23. And that's when I started practicing tarot cards on myself and with friends and family. I had a mentor that's been in my life since I was pretty much born. So she's kind of taught me a lot of positive ways of doing it. Um, so that's kind of how I kind of got into it. I used it as a healing tool at one point in my life as a stepping stone to get away from certain parts of being as a younger person, just like substances, alcohol and stuff like that. So I kind of, when I started realizing that healing process, I actually loved it even more. So that's kind of how it actually evolved and started in my life. Was it went from a healing process into actually it uncovering who I am.
Okay.
So that's how I found out. And then through the years, I would just do just readings. And then back home in Michigan, I found it was very more difficult for me to find clients because a lot of people still search for the psychic or the tarot reader. And I
Mm-hmm.
don't do tarot cards, I'm oracle card based or I'm mediumship. So I think I've had a lot of confusion with some people back at home. And I also didn't have retail. So even if people did see me or did get a reading from me, they're like, okay, well, we know you're a reader, but what do you have that I could get from you to help me with stuff that you're telling me I may need help with? So that's kind of stuff that kind of start the process in my head, sorry, on how to, get my storefront. And it took me a while to figure out what I really wanted to do. What really kicked it was about a couple years ago. I had a friend who's an herbalist. She tried having a storefront in downtown Mountain Clemens, Michigan. And that's kind of where I found that I wanted my own store. So through that mixture, it kind of gave me an idea. Okay, well, this is what I want to do for me. Because she had me there as one of her readers. And then I just kind of grew the fact of, I could be doing this, I could be doing that. This is where I fit in. This is, where I could be. So that's kind of how it orchestrated. And then the past couple of years I've been working on to getting to this point. So now I'm finally getting to this point. So it's been a work in progress.
Okay. Now, before the show, you were saying that you're more of a medium than a psychic, but can I'm not really sure of the difference. Can you kind of go over that?
So I more feel I feel more energy rather than
I think what Jim's asking,
intuitive.
can you define the difference between,
Yeah,
tell us
yeah,
what that
yeah.
is and tell us what that
So
is.
me with me with the mediumship is I can hear, feel spirit,
Okay.
and I can see it in my third eye or just in
Uh-huh.
my head. Spirit will give me images or certain layouts for me to pick from. Spirit will actually have me sometimes view nature, like animals, insects, or certain like whereabouts. Like it will point me anything. So that's kind of how spirit works. Spirit works through music with me. So I'm very, very, like very inclined of intuitive with energy of what spirit can do with me. But I
Mm-hmm.
do hear, I
When
do hear and feel them.
when you say spirit, you say it singularly or what?
No, I'm just saying it like spirits, but spirit. So more plural, not singularly.
See, I guess I'm asking you to dumb down your conversation to me because I don't get your terms because I'm not in
Yeah.
that world at all. So uh, that's why I said, hey, between what you asked between,
Psychic and a
okay,
medium.
what is a psychic?
So to me, a psychic differ from a medium. A psychic is more from this is just my feeling. Other people could feel different. Um, I feel it's just more of a intuitive kind of experience. Rather, mediumship is going on the other side and dealing with the spiritual realm, like your ancestors, your loved ones, your spirit guides, they say, etc. That's like the other side. But I feel more psychic is more just like a intuitive energy kind of base.
Okay. So you can connect with people that have made their transition or passed from this world.
Yes.
Okay. Very cool.
I thought you were saying something afterward. I was like, is he saying
Well, I was just thinking about it, you know. I was what came to my mind was Houdini. I don't know if you ever seen the movie about Houdini, and I can't remember who he was trying to get in contact with. I think it was his mother, and he was going to all these different mediums and psychics and uh, people that said they could connect with spirits, and he was basically uncovering a lot of them as frauds. I don't know if he ever found one that was actual, making those connections. Um, and you hear about mediums all the time, and you hear about some stories that where like there's no way they could have known that, but spirit comes through them and they say things or do things, and people are like, wow, yeah, that's for real.
So with me, I've had to decline readings in the past
Mm-hmm.
because I feel not, of course, not every reader can read every single person. I
Mm-hmm.
feel that there are certain destined people, or there's certain people that that reader is meant to help. So like if I know I can't read someone, I will tell them I can't read you, I'm blocked. Spirit will literally block me, and I'll
Okay.
have to tell them I can't do it. I'll refund them their money. I will, if they pay for a reading, I'll refund it. I'm not going to take something they didn't get the experience.
Yeah.
So yeah, I do feel that that can possibly make some readers look like not a real reader. Um, Again, I feel like everyone's got a different journey with it. So there probably are some who hype themselves more. Me, I'm very truthful. If I can't read you, I'm not going to read you. But when I do read, it's very open, it's very broad, and it's very there. A lot of times, whether someone pays for reading or not, there has been times where I'm just like at the grocery store or I'm at a function and I see a random person and it just spirit has me click and I just say what I need to say. I don't even think about it. It kind of just rolls. So it's more like I'm the vessel for spirit to speak to that person. I'm just the messenger. I'm the middleman.
Can you do this? What is that weird? Are you getting some weird noise?
I am here. It's like some.
I thought it was me rubbing on this, but I'm
It
not.
sounds like a scraping, but it
Yeah.
wasn't. I don't know.
I don't know. Anyway, so some of this work
Spirit messing with
online.
you guys?
You do what's that?
Spirit messing with you guys.
Might be.
It's weird. At the gig on Sunday,
Yeah.
we had all kinds of gremlins in our sound system.
Really?
At the Venice gig, same thing. Gremlins in there, but weird stuff. Like we can't figure it out stuff. This is the.
Yeah, I thought maybe my shirt was rubbing on something, but no, I'm not touching anything. Anyway, so I was asking, do you do some of these medium readings through Zoom for people over the internet, or does it have to be live?
I can I pretty much can do it over the phone. I can do it in person. So I could do it like on Zoom, I could do it on FaceTime, I could do a video chat. I pretty much can do whatever the client's preference is. Um, of course, I don't like clientele coming to my house. I'm very protective of my own space.
Yeah, sure.
It's also a Florida state law. You can't do a service like that outside your home. I don't know if a lot of people know that, but I've been looking into like real laws and how to operate professionally so that I don't get in trouble if something happens. So I'm very big on I can still come to you to your place. I can still meet up with you in a park. I can still, so I'm very open minded, doing different ways to still meet with the person or client and figure out what we can figure out for them.
Great. So my big question. Oh, it's like an echo we're hearing somehow.
Go back, face that way.
Yeah.
It only happens at certain. I'll pay attention.
Yeah, it doesn't happen all the time, but it's almost like an echo, like we're hearing it, like it's broadcasting to you and then picking back up on your mic or something. But anyway, can you give us a reading today?
I do have a fan running, but that wouldn't make
no, it's not that.
That would make an echo. So I think spirit's really messing with you right now.
Could be.
You guys are fine on my end. I don't hear nothing. So
okay.
No, it's a feedback loop inside our stuff.
Yeah, somehow. So can you do a reading on us?
I'm
not interested, so you'd only have to do.
Oh, okay.
Well, I keep looking at him right now anyway, so the attention's on him. Okay. So the weirdest thing, actually, I will say, I feel like spirits kind of was trying to warm me up. Because I don't know if you guys got it, but there was an Amber Alert.
Yeah, right before the show started.
Yeah.
Right before the show started. And I'm sitting here, I'm stressing out. I'm trying to get my computer ready. I'm like just cleaning up, trying to feel my vibe. And I'm thinking of balloons. Like
the what?
From a birthday party balloons, just like balloons. Like I was envisioning balloons, and then an Amber Alert happened. So I'm like, am I feeling someone's energy? Like, did a child get abducted from a birthday party? I'm like, I started thinking all this crazy stuff. But sometimes spirit works like that, even if it may not be that, but it was just kind of crazy coincidental how that happened. So I'm like, okay, what's going on here?
That's the cutest kid I ever saw too. Did you look at the picture of him? He's
super
a
cute.
cute kid.
I didn't get to look fully. I just seen it on the phone as I was getting ready because like my meditation music stopped. So with you, I'm very focused on you. I've been actually thinking about you specifically the past 4 or 5 days, ever since we've been kind of been chatting about this. I do feel your mother. I don't know if she's alive. So the thing with me is I can still connect with people energetically, even if they haven't passed yet. So she could be passed, she could not be passed, however it resonates with you. But I do feel your mother.
Okay.
I do get a sense of some type of medical injury internally. So that's kind of what I've been feeling for whatever reason at the moment. Nothing else is flowing. Was she blonde?
No,
Okay. Was your mother blonde?
his was, yeah.
Yeah, more
Okay.
so blonde.
We're cousins, so his mom was my aunt.
Okay.
Our,
Wow.
our moms were sisters.
Okay.
So we're familiar with them quite.
Is your mom gone?
Both of them are.
Yeah,
Both of them are? Okay. Yeah, I just seen two girls cheersing with a cup. So
Two girls, what?
two girls cheersing. So
Cheersing
yep,
with a cup.
I seen two women, ladies, girls. I seen two coming together, racing, and they're holding a cup.
Oh, okay.
Neither
that's
one of them was afraid to slam some wine. That's for sure.
Yeah.
so that could be very it. I also get the sense of they're actually happy that you guys have accomplished things. So that to me, that's a sign when two people are joining and they're raising a cup. If you think about it, your cups are filling up or you're accomplishing something. So you're just achieving. So I do feel like they could be happy that you guys have achieved a lot. So whatever, how that resonates. I don't know if it's the podcast for you guys. I don't know if you guys do something else that you guys are achieving something in, like a project or what, in your spare time, but you're doing something that they're happy about.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, we've done a lot of different things and keep doing more.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. All right. Very cool. Thank you for that, by the way.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Tell us, so your business Ancient Wolf Metaphysics, then I'm taking it's not a brick and mortar type business.
Not yet.
Okay.
I do eventually want to have a brick and mortar. I'm just not there in my journey yet. I'm starting very small from the bottom. Like right now, I'm just starting with the basic stuff. And I've been, trying to tell people, more stuff's going to come along the way. So like, as I get some stuff sold, I'll return the money as in getting other stuff for them to get or purchase. So
you should
kind of
take a ride an hour and a half south and check out the Big Pine Key Flea Market on Saturdays.
Okay.
It's
a
perfect
flea
for
market.
Isn't that by the Bahia Honda?
It's just past Bahia Honda.
Yeah.
That's my favorite beach is the Bahia Honda.
That's my favorite. That's because it's the best beach in the Keys. That's for sure, without a doubt.
Yeah.
I feel like it's the most sandiest normal beach. All the other beaches I've been to around here, because like when I came down here with my partner, he's like, "There's all kinds of beaches," and then like he takes me to them, and I'm like, "Where's the sand though?" And then it's like it's all seaweedy, which is natural, which is fine, but like I'm not used to that, So where it's like very rocky. So it's like some places I learned you gotta be careful because like some places are just like rocky and
I think Long Key State Park is closer for you, and that has a decent beach, but I think there's campsites in front of it, if I recall. But that
your necklace reminds me of the Titanic, the heart diamond or the diamond from the movie. How they had the diamonds around it.
It's two guitar picks.
Okay, so I wasn't seeing it right. Okay, it's guitar picks.
Yeah.
Are those emergency guitar picks? Or
I've used them. There's a guitar in my barbershop, so when I'm waiting, I take it off the wall,
I'd play.
and I always have a pick
So
with me.
I have like an eruption to make. Whose dad struggled with one of you guys? I feel like he had a hard time being a dad in a lot of areas.
Both.
But yeah, that's both of us.
Okay.
For sure.
Is he gone too? Are they gone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, everybody's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was yeah, we're the elders of the family now.
Mm-hmm. I'm the oldest.
I do get the energy that they're very sorry. They feel like they could have done a little better on certain aspects.
I would challenge that as on my side of things.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't think he's sorry a bit.
You never know how people are for the past.
He had a million chances.
Doesn't mean he's not sorry now.
Well,
Right. So that's the craziest thing some people don't know is that sometimes a lot of people who used to be a certain way here in the physical realm, when they pass over, when they actually start doing spiritual realm work in their world, they start to look back and they start to see all the things they made mistakes and mess up on. And the craziest thing that I found out through my journey is that a lot of spirits actually do get very sorry for what they did, because they actually have a chance to actually see what kind of person they were. So your dad's gonna be.
so you wouldn't think that he knew he was an asshole while he was alive?
Huh?
You would think so. What you're saying, I'm not trying to be confrontational, but
You're fine.
from what you're saying there, you would, I would have to believe that he didn't know that he was an asshole while he was alive, and I think he was fully aware of that.
So no, he's fully aware of that. He was fully aware of that, but he had other things in his head. From what I feel, he had other ways in his head that he didn't know how to express freely. And I feel that your mother didn't even know about it. Because I see that it was a very clouded, blocked mental thing. I feel like he tried his best, but he could have did more, or he could have did things different.
Let's move on. I really don't want to talk about this.
No worries. Yeah.
With all respect,
I'll be happy to share that with you some other time, but
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about it now.
Yeah.
See, because I have how does you said your mom was a Christian. How does your explanation of the spirit world jive with Christianity? Or doesn't it at all?
can you like word it in a different way so I can understand?
Yeah, because if you look at I look at what you do kind of as a dark side. Now,
Okay.
I'm not saying that you have that, because you don't come across that way. I don't think anything like that about you. But what I do, and I believe that you're, want to do good things for a lot of people, and I'm sure you help a lot. But I believe it's kind of from a not it's kind of coming from a darker side of a that's just kind of how I feel about it, of occultishness.
He's got a strong paranoia of the occult.
I do, and I don't.
Well, I am not the occult, and I'm not
Well,
trying to.
but-
I'm not
but
trying
I-
to change you. I'm not trying to
No,
make you.
no.
Okay.
I wasn't taking that at all that way, but I kind of feel that if I open myself up to learning more about what I feel is occultish, then I'm opening myself up to also those dark energies, which I don't want. And so that's why I'm uncomfortable with kind of the paganist, occultist type thing.
You are totally okay, and I respect you for that. So me, of course, I don't feel like it's dark. So with me being pagan, with me being witchy, I don't believe in evil magic or good magic. I believe it's a gray kind of tool.
Well,
And I believe abilities and talents are in the middle. Because
But wouldn't you
the
believe that
way
there's
I
big-
look at it, the way I look at it is I look at the person's intent.
Of course.
That's how I look at it. And I feel that's with any belief or any spirituality that's out there, whether it's Christian, paganism. Don't get me wrong. Do I feel that there are some negative people in paganism? Of course. I also know that there are some negative people in Christianity or Catholic or this.
Of course.
It's everywhere.
Agreed. No argument
So
there.
I don't mean to scare you. I'm sorry.
You don't scare me a bit. The whole idea is something that it doesn't no, I would like you to answer the question though. What would your explanation be on how your spirit world and what you said spirit says this and that, how does that jive with Christianity, or is it a conflict with it?
I'm really unsure how to answer that.
So you've never thought about that, being you said your mom was a Christian.
Well, she was Christian, but she's also pagan. She's both.
Then,
So she does pagan traditional stuff, but she'll still also, believe in the Christian Lord, God and Jesus.
and I believe we all participate in pagan rituals. Like I put up a Christmas tree.
Right.
As a Christian, I mean, there's nothing more pagan than the Easter Bunny.
Right.
So, I mean, really, when you think about it,
Yeah.
so,
I mean, that's why these things came about. The pagans and Christianity kind of merged to find some agreements and some
well, I'm
agreed upon cultures there.
also here because I want to show people that it's not dark like how it may seem, like some people may do. I want to show that there are good pagans out there. It's not just, I'm not a Satanist, if that's what.
No, I wasn't implying that
Okay.
at all. And if you were my next door neighbor, I'm sure we drink beer together. You seem like a cool guy. Yeah, we just wouldn't talk about this.
Right.
And so it's nothing. I'm not taking it personal or anything against you. It's just I don't like opening I feel that if that it just opens me up to energies I don't want, because right now I'm really focused on one type of energy that I want, and I know exactly what that is, and anything other than that but I never, like, I don't watch The Exorcist.
Yeah, but the other pagan rituals, the Christmas tree and the Easter bunny and all those things are okay. I mean, isn't that opening yourself up on some level?
I suppose it is, but it's it's more obviously.
But everyone has.
Granted, it's somewhat hypocritical.
You're okay.
But I'm not gonna have a goat's head hanging on my wall.
I don't think most pagans do.
Yeah. I mean,
some do. It's actually not as bad as you think. I don't have one, but I know a couple people that do, and they're
some do. I mean, I've gone into a lot of homes that have all kinds of animal heads hanging on their walls, nothing to do with their religion.
Sure. Deer heads.
It's different. Okay, really? Are you guys really gonna go there? You go up into a cabin in northern Michigan, and there's an elk head on the wall. And
I've seen them here in Florida going into people's homes.
Well,
really?
Those are not the same.
I'm more worried about like a snake or something. I'm more worried about I haven't seen a big spider yet.
Oh, wait till you see. The first time I saw a wolf spider, I had lived here about 2 weeks. I have a moment of peace in my 3-kid wife household where I'm there by myself. I'm laying on the sofa, closing my eyes, and I hear footsteps on the wall about a foot. I could hear the spider walking.
It was that big? You could hear footsteps?
It was almost not quite this big, but pretty damn close. And I guarantee it was every bit of this big. And oh man, I heard that spider walking, and I opened my eyes, and it was like, right.
Did the Who song "Boris the Spider" start running through your head?
Oh, I don't like them, man.
My partner hates them, and with me being who I am spiritually, I actually like to set things free, like spiders. I try to set other insects free. I believe it's a good omen if you don't kill it. But I'm pretty sure if I seen something very gigantic like that, it's got to go.
it is better to catch them. So if you can like put a bowl over them or so, if this happens, if you can put a bowl over them or a glass and then slide a
Piece of paper,
manila
cardboard.
envelope or something behind them and just get them
So,
outside.
You know what I have at war with down here is the palmetto bugs. I
Mm,
dislike those things.
You got to spray around your house
Yeah.
down there, especially.
No, I
once
had
a
one
month.
on my neck because I bartend and I do stuff off and on, you know. And I was at this one bar restaurant called Snook's Bayside down here, and I was outside bartending, and I didn't know that I was working a double, so I'm already sweating, and it's outside work, so you're gonna sweat. It's in the middle of summer, so I'm sweating. I had one on my neck and I didn't even know it. And I'm serving. I have like plates of my food. I have drinks in another. I'm taking orders at once. And then to say she's like, sweetie, I'm like, yeah. She's like, you got a bug on your neck. I'm like, okay, can you help me get it off? So like, I'm like, what is it? She's like, it's a palmetto bug. I'm like, get it off me. Like, get it off me. And then she's swatting my neck. As she's doing that, my partner and his best friend, they're walking in the place. So from afar, they're just seeing some woman like hitting me with, whatever. They don't even know what's going on. And then after that, it seemed like I just headed out for them. Like every shift, I would find one and it would come to me. I'm like, no, stay away. So yeah, no.
They're crazy in the Keys. I was camping once in Bahia Honda, and I was making macaroni and cheese on the grill in a cast iron pan. And they literally, I watched them walk across the hot coals up the side of the grill, and then into the pan and across the macaroni and cheese. I'm like, wow, how do they firewalk like that?
That's crazy.
Literally across the hot coals. Didn't even bother them.
Another thing
Just amazing.
Another thing that I do get really irritated about is the no.
Yeah, no-see-ums are rough.
And if you're they're always bad down anywhere around mangrove. You just got to deal with it.
Yeah.
That they're in the summertime.
We're not even close to mangroves. We get them here in the grass.
Yeah, that's
They're
true.
everywhere.
That's why I keep my grass short.
So yeah, that's one thing. One difference between Michigan and Florida is that the mosquitoes are worse, and then I found out there's no seums, and then I'm like, okay, different territory. Got to get used to it.
Yeah, it's not bad in the winter, but summertime.
And now you got those big ass lizards all over the place.
Yeah.
I actually like the lizards, like the iguanas and the other lizards and everything. I actually like. My mom had an iguana when I was little, so that's why I'm used to it. But
I don't remember when I used to go to the Keys when I was a kid. That my parents bought a place down there when I was like 16, so I've been going to the Keys my entire life. And my brother, his cousin, lives down there in Sugarloaf. But I don't remember those big ass lizards like.
I've
like
heard that a certain species has become super invasive.
Yeah.
And has been killing out a different native species down here when it comes to lizards. So that could be it, but I've only been here for a year, so I don't know when they came.
Have you been to Big Pine Key and seen any key deer?
Nope. I haven't seen no key deer yet.
They're pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
There used to be alligators at the back of Big Pine.
In Blue Hole.
In Blue Hole, yeah, but somebody caught them and took them out.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was decades ago.
No.
Yeah.
I've seen them in the last 5 or 10 years there.
In Blue, well, maybe there's new ones.
Blue Hole. Oh, well.
Yeah.
Well, that wouldn't be hard. There's alligators in the Keys and crocodile too. No, I was there like maybe 2 years ago. There was a small crocodile in there too. But that's there's some cool stuff on Big Pine to check out. Blue Hole is one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's like
I'll make sure I add that to my list.
It's a freshwater pond in the middle of the Keys, spring fed.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. And you might see some key deer.
All right, I'm gonna have to put that on my list.
And then just keep going down to No Name Pub and have beers and pizza.
And write your name on a dollar bill and staple it to the wall there.
Yeah, I know my partner took me to Robbie's where you could feed the tarpon.
Did you do it?
I did.
Is that cool?
It's cool, but I thought I was gonna bite my hand off for a second, but
Yeah, when I did it, they scraped my knuckle. I was actually bleeding.
I have a picture of my daughter Megan at Robbie's when she was about 12. So she's 20 years ago. She's 32 now. With a tarpon at Robbie's completely up to her little elbow.
Oh my gosh.
and she was digging it, and she would just keep doing it. I'll
Really?
find that picture. She was never
That's
scared
so
of
cool.
them fish. But she's caught a bunch of them too.
Yeah. That's very cool.
Yeah, tarpon are cool. Robbie's is the bomb.
So what do you mostly do now? What kind of people are coming to you for your readings, and do you have any major success stories?
I'm someone that's gonna try to uncover something to heal you spiritually, or there may need to be a message from the other side. Sorry, I was scaring you earlier.
There was never the least bit of fearfulness. I
You
promise
asked for it. I mean, you guys asked for it, so
I did, yeah, specifically.
we actually know at this point you did ask for it. He didn't. He actually said he didn't want it, but it happened. So it's funny how that works out. The one that didn't want it, but got it.
That's funny.
Yeah.
It's because the other side knows you're more afraid of it, and they're trying to get you to open up that it's okay to be open in a strong protectional way, because you can still protect yourself and allow certain messages. You just may not know how to do that yet, and maybe that's why you freak out sometimes.
I don't freak out. But
you kind of did.
No, I was just
you did at the Ozzy concert.
Oh, that I did. I was much younger then.
Yeah.
No, I just don't want to be open to it. I don't see any reason to take the chance, so to speak.
And it's perfectly okay. I respect that.
As a Christian, if I look for guidance or healing or whatever, I wish everybody would like just use prayer and their faith, but that would be better for everybody, I think. So that's where I go. So, and I'll continue on that.
Well, I respect you. So at least you
cool.
know, I'm not trying to change you. I'm not trying to make you believe something. I'm not trying to do what you know.
No, I get all that. Like I said, like I said, we'd have beer together if I lived next door to you, man. I love the Keys.
Right.
So, in other words, right now, I just let go of my current job. I was serving at Whale Harbor Seafood Buffet. I just let them go because I just been having such an urge in my calling to get into my business so much more that I just let it go. And I'm just trying to go with the flow of everything right now, of what the universe is trying to have me do. So,
well, hey, Brandon, we really appreciate you coming on the show. Any final thoughts?
No, I appreciate you guys having me, and I respect you guys for having me on here, and I hope you guys enjoyed every little minute of it. So
it was really nice to meet you.
Yeah, very nice to meet you, and good luck with your business.
Nice to meet you guys too, and thank you.
Yeah. So if you just listen to this podcast and you appreciate the content and the work that we're doing, we would love your support. Look in the comment section of this episode. Subscribe, rate us, comment. This gets our podcast in front of other listeners. And if you noticed, we don't have advertisers. For the cost of a cup of coffee, you can help keep it this way. Become a supporter right now. We'd appreciate it. I'm Jim the Yogi.
I'm Rick the BeachMan.